Good morning. Hope we're doing well. Really good, really happy week of training this week. Obviously, it's always a challenge, but I'm just going to post my Spotify link before we get started. Anyone that's struggling with fat loss, building muscle, rehab, I'm going to share the newest, which is on Keep on Track in December. You can't just hear a message a couple of times and expect it to go in. You've got to be kind of brainwashed into the truth in the nicest possible way. Into the truth. Hi, Aunt Kate. You never fail me. Welcome. How are you doing? Listen to the podcast. And if anyone does listen to the podcast, if you enjoy it, I'd love a rating or a share. It all helps with the podcast growth. Paste. Thank you for the support, Anke. Pin message. There we go. So really pleased with my week training. So today we're going to be working shoulders. Put this on the treadmill. Kids aren't around, so I've marked down the last time I did this session, but I've also added in some rehabilitation for the shoulder girdle. So because I've been through pregnancy, I'm just going to put my shoes on. Because I've been through pregnancy, I picked up some bad habits. I don't use my shoulders correctly, so I'm going to be working on that today during the bit of the warm up. Just going to make sure the fire's on. So weights, you'll need light, medium, and heavy. So we'll need fours, 8s, and 10s I'll be using. I don't want to go too heavier than like 10s, because that's when I'm not engaging the correct areas that I should be. Well, first I want to warm up. Right. I'll see if I can put a Q&A up as well. It's not allowing me again. Maybe it will in a few minutes. Got my latte and I seem to have cracked it. So the money that I'm saving for my lattes now will be going into my stocks, which is exciting. Anyway, so resistance band shoulder press. So I want the resistance band pulling backwards. So I'll just move you guys. So ideally, it would be shoulder height or a little bit lower if you're stronger. But because this is already fixed in place, it's going to be more of a range of movement. I'm going to loop that I'm working on, and obviously it's pulling me forward. Morning guys, welcome to my live. So making sure, so when you have your arm over your head, a lot of us can go into an anterior pelvic tilt, so just watch that. Core engaged. 1, 2. So the resistance band's pulling. 3. Let's move this back a bit more. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. I'm a health and fitness trainer. So with this, making sure my elbow is in a line with my wrist, and I'm conscious of using my back muscles, shoulder blade towards spine, and I need to keep my traps down, shoulders down away from ears. So that was about 6. So if I do find these really hard. Morning. So what's today's workout about? So this morning, you guys see, we're doing shoulders, but I've got a dysfunction in the shoulder girdle from multiple pregnancies. So the reason why I've had trouble building my shoulder strength back is because my back is overtaking shoulder workout. So we're doing these exercises first to try and warm up the muscles needed to be more active during the workout, if that makes sense. So the older you get, and obviously the more that your body goes through, like pregnancies and things, it can be harder to work the muscles that you want to efficiently, like abs, um, glutes, shoulders. So if you do a decent warm up before, this kind of stuff, or glute bridges if you have trouble with your glutes switching off during a workout, that kind of thing, you fire up and the neuromuscular connection is a lot easier. Morning Austin, how are you? Good morning Leanne. 2.5 weeks, no mountain dew, I've lost 10 pounds, well done. Studies show, like, did you say there was sugar in that or artificial sweetener? Because if it's artificial sweetener, it's meant to make you want to overeat those calories that you save during, or more, during the can. So I'm just keeping my hand on my trap, making sure it stays pushed down as my arm goes over my head. I find it really difficult. It's kind of like patting my stomach and rubbing my head at the same time. Morning, Musa. How are we doing, guys? Morning. So I'm working shoulders today, but we're warming up, doing some rehab to make the workout more efficient and effective. Sorry, effective I meant. And I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. I'm a health and fitness coach. Shoulders down. So if you do have an overdeveloped upper trap and it overtakes a lot of your workouts, you need to get it fixed because it can eventually lead to headaches. Hi Andrew, how are you? Right, so next we're going to do external rotations. So this is the health of the rotator cuffs, teres minor. So again, ideally, you would have the resistance band at shoulder height. I'm just getting it off there. If you need to be preventative when it comes to your workouts for rehab, guys. How's your weekend? Good. I'm really pleased with the week of training. I'm just going to put this down as 6 reps. Week of training. Most people aren't training just now. They let things slip, don't they, with Christmas? So it's the highest sugar content of any soda, right? Pretty sure it's high fructose corn syrup. That gets processed in the liver just like alcohol, you know. More importantly, Santa's just fell down there. How do you feel whilst being off it? Oh, my first troll comment in like a couple of weeks. It must mean that my channel's getting more people on it. Right. So we're going to wrap the resistance band behind the bench. So you want your elbow to stay tucked in. You want a bit of resistance, and you're going to go to an external rotation. 2, 3. Range of movement's important here. 4, 5. Yeah, I want to know how you're feeling. Sugar, like crashes wise, cravings wise, sleep, stress. After cutting out the Mountain Dew. 8, 9, 10. Over to the other side. 1, 2. Again, shoulders down away from ears. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then into the other. We're just doing warm-up sets. This is the final part before we get started on the shoulder workout. 4, 5. That's burning. 6. Don't forget these powerful and effective exercises before your shoulder workout, because it's the foundation. If you want to get strong in the shoulders, you need to do this boring stuff. If you can put it in the start of your workout will go a lot better. That's why they say your warm-up is so important, and it makes your workout more effective. And so I'm going to mark that down as 8. Morning, guys. I'm not trying to become a bodybuilder. Morning, guys. I'm just going to block this wee fanny. Dave, you guys can't see that. Algorithms caught it. External rotation. Put that in the wrong bit. But anyway, I got 8 reps, both sets. Okay, we're going to do a drop set next. Drop set of a shoulder press seated, starting with the 10s. I'm just going to do a couple of shoulder press. So when you're doing shoulder press, make sure shoulders are down away from ears, chest proud as you're doing it. Make sure you're not lifting with your upper traps. Just a couple. There we go. I'm really enjoying my lattes at home. Morning guys, live shoulder workout this morning. I want massive arms. So if you're trying to build any muscle group, thanks for the likes guys, you want to make sure that you're training it 2 or 3 times a week. And you go into failure or 2 reps off failure. So last time with the 10s, I got 8 reps. Then I went into the 8 kilograms for 5. Then I went into the 4 kilograms for 5. So if I want a PB, I need to get 1 more than that. So 8, 5, 5. Shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. Don't rush through it. 4, 5, 6, 7. I can do more than 8. 1 more. 9. Could have probably done more, that's fine. So I've got 9, trying to beat 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 1 more. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that was tough. Rest. So PB 3 times there. I feel like that was a genuine PB as well, because I definitely couldn't have done that last week. Oops, 6 PB. I'm just starring the PB so I can count them up at the end. Great start. We're going to rest, because you might feel like you can go in for the next set already, or as soon as you get your breath back, but the muscles are still getting their energy back. It takes a few moments. Good morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. I'm a health and fitness trainer, and you can you can listen to my podcast if anyone's struggling with fat loss and motivation during this time of the year. Listen to my podcast. I'll give you some great tips to keep motivated. Spoiler alert, it's not all about motivation, it's more about routine and habit. But don't compare yourself to your most successful month of the year, which is usually the summer month or February. Compare yourself to last December. What were you doing last December for fat loss? Usually, most people aren't doing anything. So if you can improve on that, even just a little bit, even if it's going in, like choosing your indulgences, going in to like events with intention, you decided like for the whole of December, I'm happy in a maintenance of weight, sticking to the same amount of weight, which maintenance of weight looks up and down, but there's a trend of maintenance. Or you might be happy with a surplus and you're just going to concentrate on your workouts, which is a perfect time to build muscle. You need to commit. But studies show November, December and January people put on the most weight, and then that lasts throughout the rest of the year. So just saying, because people try and improve the already good months like they do already good days of the week, whereas if you shine focus on the parts of the year or week that aren't going so great, usually the weekends, and then November, December, January, and try and improve them a tiny little bit in some small way, then that's where you get the most amazing results, and it requires less effort than trying to improve your already good months of the year and good days of the week. Right, with that, going into our second and final set. See how I'm giving everything for the first and second set, because there's a law of diminishing returns when it comes to building muscle. So more isn't always better, especially when it comes to hypertrophy or hypertrophy, however you want to pronounce it. I learned it as hypertrophy. So when I hear someone go hypertrophy, it just sounds strange to me. So we're trying to beat 8 or get the same as, but we can't go less than 8, otherwise a puppy dies. Before I start, shoulders are down. 1, cores engaged. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Trying to be conscious of them shoulders. 9. Hit one more. 10. Right, so that's a good PB there. 10. I'm trying to get more than 5 here. 1, 3. All the same as. 5. I'm happy with that. I'd rather go heavier for the PBs. Another 5 or more. 2, 3. My arms are dead. 4. 5. Right, mark that down. So there's 1 PB during that. PB stands for personal best. Some people say PR, personal record. Totally up to you. 9 reps on the 10, and I got 5 and 5. Good. Next we're going to Arnold press. So once we've rested, so Arnold press, I got 10 reps for 10 kilograms. Last few weeks actually, I've not been PBing on that. So we'll see, because Arnold presses are so hard. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. I'm a health and fitness trainer. I'm posting it onto 2 young girls, ages 6 and 2. So if any mothers out there struggling with like getting the body back after babies, struggling with the pelvic floor, core engagement, maybe not sure if your core's engaged properly, it's more complicated than you realise. If you're a man or woman, you can have your glutes switching off. If you've been through pregnancy, you just lose your glutes altogether. So anyone that's watching, check out, who wants to build the glutes, check out my latest short I uploaded yesterday for glutes. Actually, I worked out glutes yesterday doing lots of pistol squats, so like that's the trick, doing unilateral single leg exercises. But last time I did that workout, I was dying. My quads were sore and my glutes are a wee bit sore, but not as bad as they have been. I want to show you this latte. How good is that latte? And it's organic milk, and there's no crap in it either. So, right, Arnold press. So I've already PB'd. Some people just in the full workout just get 1 personal best. So like there's no pressure to get any more now. I'll see how it feels. I've got dread. 10 reps I was getting with an Arnold press. That seems quite difficult just now. Right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I am on creatine as well. 8, 9, 10. 11. Wasn't expecting that PB there. That's awesome. 11 reps. Rest and do that again. So yeah, I'm going to start going live in the morning. So I'm in the UK. Getting up at 4:45, going live at about 5:15 before the kids are awake. I think that's going to be a lot more easier. I'm going to bring consistency to my YouTube channel, which is great. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Training shoulders today. I'm a health and fitness trainer and I answer any questions as I'm training on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. I've got 2 clients this morning. One's a very busy hairdresser who's been on the legs it's been on her feet for like 30 years. So she's got a few issues like an anterior pelvic tilt, so she can do people's hair. So her glutes have switched off, and her knees are weak, so we're building that today. So she likes me to train her whenever I see her lower body. And then, because some people do that because they find lower body so difficult to train, and that's fine. So we'll do rehab mixed in with building strength in the legs and glutes back. I'd love a like and subscribe, guys, if you want in fitness, education and motivation. It's not that long now until January. The nights start getting lighter, thankfully. Right, so we're trying to get 10 again. Now we've had a rest. Let me see if I can upload a Q&A again. No, can't do it yet. That's so annoying. Thanks for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. My shoulders feeling worked. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying not to speed through them. 7, 8. My left arm's feeling weak. 9, 10. Don't think I could have got the 11 there. That's fine. 10 reps. Now we're doing a fun little superset for the medial delt, this bit, to tone and give shape there. So with the 8 kilograms, we've got upright row. So your arms should just be relaxed and your elbows doing all the lifting. Make sure you're not going as high as possible, because then you're using your upper traps, and we're not trying to do that. We're trying to keep it in the shoulder. Oh, so out of breath from that. Then we're going into lateral raises, 4 kilograms. I don't recommend going much heavier than that if you're a man or woman. Otherwise it becomes, again, a trap exercise. See how annoying the traps are. Good morning, welcome to my live. This is my journal I published this year for keeping track of your exercises. It's also a gratitude journal, and it tracks your food, your mood, menstrual cycle, thoughts and reflections, and a trial and error in your nutrition, exercise, steps and mindfulness. It teaches you how to break the cycle of stopping and starting your diet every 5 minutes. Because you know what these fad diets that are being sold to you just now and in January are doing? They're telling you like rules, rigid rules, too rigid rules to you don't learn anything. So you like cut out carbs, eat cabbage and like cabbage soup diet, do this, do that, and you're not learning about nutrition, your personality, your lifestyle. And that can't be skipped. It's that trial and error process. And that's what coaches do very well. They help you work through a trial and error process. Okay, this didn't work, eating 3 square meals a day. Because of your job, you need more energy. Let's try 4, 5 meals, like small tweaks like that. But if you don't want a coach, you want to do it yourself, link is in my bio for my book. It teaches you how to do that and work out your own macros as well. Right. Upright row. Do I have to use the 10s again at all today? No, I'm going to put the 10s away. I'm done hiding. Okay. I've not even done my hair. So for some reason last time I got 19 with an 8 kilogram. I think I might bring the reps down and concentrate on my shoulders being pushed down. We'll see how that goes. So I'm not going to go that high because of the dysfunction I've got in my shoulder girdle. 1, 2, 4, 5. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. 7. My name is Leanne. I'm a health and fitness trainer. 9. Answering fat loss and toning questions. 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. PB more than expected. 20. I was marking this down. Then 4 kilograms lateral raises for 14 I got. So again, shoulders down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leading with the elbows. 6, 7, 9. This is tough when you've done more during the beginning. 12, 13, 14, 15. Rest. Doing 3 sets of this, so 15 reps, PB. Grab a drink. So with these 2 exercises, it's crucial you're not lifting with your traps, and that's what happens when you go too heavy with these 2 exercises, and then you get overdeveloped here. It can lead to headaches and neck pain, stiffness in the neck. So go a little bit lighter, push your shoulders down, chest proud, and do the movement. We'll do that again. So round 2, about 16 upright row into 11 front raise. I'll put that down. Morning guys, welcome to my live workout for shoulders. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. And I'd love a like and subscribe if you want fitness, motivation and education, if you want to get ready for the new year. And link is pinned to the comments for my podcast. You can't just hear the truth about fat loss and how to achieve it and how to change your lifestyle and your habits once. You've got to keep listening to these kind of things. So that's why I've pinned my podcast. Check it out, it's free. And I've pinned my latest podcast, which was called Keeping Track on December. If you're not wanting to start from scratch in January and to keep going round in a loop, in a cycle every year, stopping in December, gaining all the weight for November, December, January, and then starting a new year feeling bloated, just crap basically. If you want to break the cycle, listen to the latest podcast. Right, let's go. So trying to get 16 or more. Shoulders down, away from ears. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cores engaged. 5. Thanks for the likes, guys. 6, 7, 8. Being conscious of pushing them shoulders down. 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. PB. 17. And then lateral raises, I've got 11. Trying to get 11 or more this time. So what we're doing here is called progressive overload. You can't build muscle if you're not tracking. Up until a certain point, but then you'll plateau. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's why I see people going to classes to stay motivated, which is fantastic. And you will build a good amount of muscle in classes, like body pumping and things, if you're using resistance, up until a certain point. Then eventually you'll plateau and you won't change shape much more. And that's because you can't progressively overload in a class, because you can't exactly go, hang on, teacher, let me just write down how many reps I did. And that's what's needed. So classes are fantastic for motivation and fitness and health. You're burning calories, but if you're wanting to properly build tone and muscle, you need progressive overload. Morning, guys. Welcome to my live. Right. One more set of these. Then moving on. How long have I been live for? 29 minutes. So I'm going to record some content in the gym as well before my first client. Probably on diastasis recti. There's not enough information out there on it. Right, 10. I'm trying to get the same as or beat 10. 1. Good morning, guys. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. Unexpected, but I'll take it. 12, 10 lateral raises. I don't think I'm PBing here. Shoulders down, chest proud. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So what the common thing that I see with lateral raises that people do wrong. So when they're doing a lateral raise, they'll bring the arm up. You guys see that? Let me pause my AI. They'll bring the arm up in lateral raise, and the shoulder will be further down, so it's the wrist doing the work instead of the shoulder, and it adds stress to the shoulder girdle because your elbow acts as a shock absorber. So when you keep your elbow up, and then another thing that I see is people will be like that, holding the dumbbell like that, which adds strain to the wrist and forearm. So you want to make sure your lateral raises. And another even more common is going too heavy in lateral raises, and you're swinging and you're using your upper traps rather than the shoulder. It's a pointless exercise almost if you're trying to build your medial delt. So you've really got to take your ego out of it. Right, frontal raise to bicep curls. So we need 4s and 8s. So last time we frontal raise under grip. So we're using the bicep. Like I said, this is a shoulder exercise. But because we're doing the anterior, the front shoulder, we're doing under grip, we're working in an isometric contraction, the bicep muscle. So we're doing under grip frontal raise. So then we're going to go into bicep curls whilst we're here. So frontal raise, we've got 12. So shoulders down and back. Because you're coming forward, you can round the shoulders to assist. We don't want that. So think about going heavy, lighter as well. Shoulders back and down, chest proud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to swing. 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Then into bicep curls. Trying to get the same as or beat 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rest. 9 reps. I'm going to do that set once more once we've rested. Morning, guys. Welcome. I'd love a like and subscribe. If you want fitness, education, motivation, you want to get ready. If it's something that you're thinking about doing in January, like and subscribe now. Hit that bell icon. You can get ready for January whenever you feel like starting. Shoulders are feeling pretty fatigued just now. So I'm a health and fitness trainer, Pilates and yoga teacher. I specialise in rehab, female fat loss. Got 12 years experience. I'm an online coach. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're sick of stopping and starting, you've tried every diet under the sun, this is what I teach. And I love working with women who make this the last diet that you ever do. A lot of people know what to do, but they're not doing it because they've not worked through that trial and error process. They don't know how to implement the knowledge into the daily life. That's what this channel's for. Realistic advice that you can apply into your life. So ask away if you're struggling with, if you keep overeating later at night. Here to say everybody overeats at some point. It's a good way to deal with stress and emotions. However, if you're doing it a lot, and if it's the only way that you de-stress, then it's going to be a problem if you're trying to achieve fat loss. That's when it wants to be looked at. Right, round 2. Front raise, we've got 10, and then bicep curls, we've got 8. 10 front raise, under grip. 1, 2. Again, not going higher than shoulder height. 5, 8, 10. Let's get one more. 11. 11 PB. And then 9 bicep curls. This will be hard. 1. Last one, so 2, 3. My biceps are fixed. Sorry, my elbows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax your hand. 9. Only just made that. 9. Now I'm going to get the 2s out for something special. I can't believe I got 9. That was really hard. Right. To reinforce the traps being minimally used and isolating where we want to, is here, the medial delt. Itch. We're going to do an isometric hold. I'm not going to time it. Oh, I could time it actually because YouTube is there with my time. I'm going to wait to get to 40 and then I'm going to time it. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Here we go. I'm going to hold this isometric. Go, hold. Shoulders down, hold. Deep breaths. Small bend in the elbow. Make sure your wrists are fixed. So I've held it. Coming up 20 seconds. Hold. Shaking now. 25. That's fine. Write that down. Rest and do that again. Hey, my knees crack then. 25-second hold. So we're going to rest until 37 minutes and 30 seconds. Another 10 seconds. I'm going to go in for a next set. 3, 2, 1. Hold. So don't sag your elbows. Keep them up. Shoulders down. Breathe. It's 10 seconds in. Only counts when it starts to burn. 20 seconds coming up. Burny. 25. Let's get to 30 seconds. Shaking. Pleased with that. Let me stretch off the shoulder girdle now. Show you some good stretches for that. It's 30 seconds. So that had a mix of rehabilitation in with building muscle and strength and tone. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. Likelihood is that you're wasting, there's a lot of dead time if you're spending a long time. I'm going to go on the treadmill for a few minutes. We were fighting over the treadmill, the kids, the other day. It was quite annoying. So yeah, I can't have the treadmill on when the kids are there because they're still obsessed with it because it's new. Check in with how you feel after a workout as well. What muscles feel like they've been used. So definitely my shoulders, which is good. Go into a posterior shoulder stretch. I'm going to hold that. Deep breath. So this is where fat loss comes from. If you're managing your food and then you're doing loads of exercise for fat loss, you're doing it wrong. Fat loss comes from managing your food intake, like then not overeating and having better quality foods. High protein and fruit, veg, pulses, salads, leafy greens. And steps, calories burnt for a long period of time. And to be in a deficit, you need to burn more than what your body is consuming, burn more than what your body is eating. That's what a calorie deficit is on a basic level. A lot of people now, there's a lot of awareness around a calorie deficit for fat loss. But how do you keep in one whilst living your life, dealing with stresses, and going through like a trial and error process? You know, something's happened at work and you're just unable to, you've not thought about what you're going to have for dinner because something's happened in your life. This is a trial and error that I talk about. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. My name is Leanne, I'm a health and fitness trainer, Pilates and yoga teacher. Like and subscribe. I'd love that. I'm building my channel. This is a small channel, smaller just now. So after this, I'm going to go to the gym, record some content. Don't need to get a coffee because I've sorted my lattes out in the house. I'll take one with me in my flask. I tell you something, I see my granddad, went to visit my granddad last week, and he's 92. And I had no expectations. I've not seen him in about a year and a half. Oh my goodness. So he's got a puppy. Well, it's 2 years old now. It's a Patterdale, which is kind of like a Jack Russell, but different colours. But it behaves like a Jack Russell. So he's out with it 3 times a day, walking him. And it's pulling on the lead. So he's using his upper back muscles to counteract that pull. He is so upright. He's 92. I was expecting a bit of a hunch in the spine. You see that with people in the 30s. I can't believe how well he moved for 92. He acts like, I've seen people in the 60s that are a lot stiffer than him. I'm just so shocked. It just shows you the easiest form of exercise that you can get is the best. Walking. We're meant to be able to walk. It's nice and safe on the joints, unlike running. The only thing is it takes a long time, doesn't it, to get your steps in. That's why I've got a treadmill. It's a bit loud though. You know, if the kids were asleep, it'd definitely wake them up. But the other day, I'm a bull in a china shop anyway. I'm trying to be quiet and do my live like 5:15 in the morning. And my big giant feet, when I was doing push-ups, knocked my statue of Buddha over and it broke. Well, that woke them up, didn't it? You know, when you're trying to be as quiet as possible and you just... Another minute. We're just stretching. So do a nice gentle walk. I do need to roll out my glutes as well, the sides of my glutes. I'll do that tonight, I think, in front of the fire. Another few seconds rest on the treadmill. Always make sure if you're doing lots of jumps, a lot of cardio, a lot of walking, hill walking especially, make sure you stretch off your calves. Eventually you'll get tighter. You can get plantar fasciitis and sprains. There we go. It's something I see really, like the thickness of the plantar fascia, which is the tendon underneath your foot, tends to, it's your Achilles tendon gets thicker as you get older. So if you don't stretch off your calves, it'll snap eventually. So it's not on an incline, that as well. So that's why it makes me feel a bit more out of breath. It's good. Oh, that was really effective, that workout. So tomorrow morning I'll be going live about 5:15 in UK time. And it'll probably be abs to start off. Monday. So yeah, looking forward to that. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. Hope to see